This is the XTEInk S4. It's a mini e-reader that's been blowing up online recently, and for good reason. This thing is great. It's tiny, it's light, and it does one thing really well, which is reading ebooks. It's just popped into the top 10 on Amazon. It's beating out the Kindle Colorsoft and even the Paperwhite in some regions. It's punching well above its weight, but I don't think you should buy it just yet. And there's a very valid reason why. As good as this thing is, it has some downfalls. If you look here, my buttons are broken. I've had to shove some plastic in there and make my own really jank buttons because mine fell out. The build quality wasn't great. There's no front light or backlight, so you can't read in the dark, and there's no touchscreen, so you have to navigate with the buttons. And when they break, it makes things really difficult. But again, it's tiny, it's cheap, it's light, it's just a great little e-reader device. It's also been recently followed up with the XTEInk S3, a little smaller version, but it doesn't have Type-C, and people are still saying this one's the one to buy. And I agree, except for the fact that there's some new devices coming out very soon. But before you spend your $69 or however much this thing costs at the moment, just consider these other options, because all those issues I just discussed are likely going to be resolved very, very soon. The first one we're going to talk about is the XTEInk S4 Pro. At least that's what it's being known as online. It's not officially announced, but it has been leaked. They're calling it the X2 Pro or the Pro. It's essentially this exact same device running the same software, which is great because it's still accessible for Crosspoint. It's got a touchscreen, which is perfect, and it's got a backlight, so you can read at night. That is essentially what everyone's been requesting from this device. And if those features are important for you, I'd encourage yourself to wait. It's also planned to be a little bit thinner than this device at under 6mm, which is crazy. And it's not Android. It's still their own software, so it's open source and you can control it and modify it as you wish, which is a plus in my book. Again, the catch for this upgraded device is there's no release date, there's only rumors and leaks. So everyone's saying late 2026, and realistically, it has to be very cheap to be worth it because the other devices that are coming are incredible. The other one from XTEInk that's coming out is the S4. This one has been announced. It is the Android one. Depending on the type of person you are, this device might be the thing which pushes you over the edge to buy one. The XTEInk S4 is going to be based on Android 11, which means it'll support apps. That's a downside for me because all I want is a simple e-reader, but for many, it'll support your Kindle app, your Kobo app, or any of your existing libraries of books you already have, and you can do online reading too. If you're locked into the Kindle ecosystem, running on Android with the Kindle app is going to make it so easy for you to move over. The S4, just like the X4, is going to be basically the same size. It's going to be a little bit thicker because it's packing a little bit more inside in terms of like tech specs and whatnot, but the expected price is rumored to be similar, roughly the same price as this thing. There's a catch with that one as well though. It was supposed to ship in late April and it's been delayed. There was some drama about specs being different, which is why the pre-orders got delayed. It's a bit of a mess around, but it's a small company, so what can you expect? The other downside is Android. Android makes it a bit harder for you to flash your custom software in there. I've been loving Crosspoint on this device, so I don't need Android. I'd much rather a basic software like this one. The S4 is not for me. Luckily, with the attention of these new devices and the popularity, it's drawn some competition. Specifically, there's a new company on the block, EEGogo. They're coming out with two devices, the P4 Lite and the A4. And this is the part I'm most excited about here. They both look incredible. I really like the form factor that they're going for here. It's a little bit more square. It's a little bit rounder. I just think it looks nicer. Rumors are they're gonna have a backlight, I think it's already announced, as well as a touchscreen. So it's gonna be essentially fixing all the gripes I have. It has no buttons on the front to break. The 4-inch touchscreen it's got is a little bit smaller than the X4, and it's a little bit higher resolution. It's gonna be 69 by 99mm, and with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, micro SD cards, Type-C, custom OS, not Android, this really seems like the device I'm interested in. The crazy part about this one though is that the price was about $30 for pre-ordering in China for the early birds. The standard price is going to be a little bit more, but it's still going to be like almost half the price of what the X4 is on the international website with a backlight, touchscreen, and all of the other benefits. But this is a tiny company and you don't really know what to expect until they arrive. It's kind of a wait and see kind of device, but I'm actively trying to order one, the A4 that is. The P4 Lite is similar to the name, a light version of the A4, so it's a little bit cheaper. likely has some downsides, but the differences aren't very clear. The downside there though is with EEGogo, it's going to be a new device. There's not going to be any new cross point straight away or anything like that, or custom OS. So it's kind of a you get what you get situation, a bit of an unknown. Long story short, the X4 is a great device. If you don't care about backlights, you don't care about Android, you don't care about touchscreens at all, you just want a basic e-reader with physical buttons to flick through pages, this is still this is the best. Just buy an X4 right now. Just make sure you get a case for it so you don't break your buttons like I did. If any of those things are important to you though, if you want the Android device for the Kindle app, maybe wait for the S4. It shouldn't come out in that long. It's only expected to be a couple of months away. If you want something with a touchscreen and a backlight that's essentially cheaper, I would be waiting for the EEGogo, seeing how that goes, or maybe the X4 Pro V2 or whatever that thing's gonna be called. Either way, there's a lot on the horizon for mini e-readers. I think they're a great market. I love mine. I'm gonna pick up a couple and compare them. So if you wanna see that, subscribe for more videos. Let me know your experience with these mini e-reader devices down below in the comments.